Welcome to another Playzone HD tutorial. Today we're going to have a look at how to work with the Playzone HD playlist file. The playlist file is what you need to put onto a USB stick along with your media and material that you want to play back onto the Playzone HD Telestrator. So in order to create and edit a Playzone playlist, what you're going to need is our Playzone HD editing tool. So once you have downloaded this and unzipped it to a folder, there is no installation. It'll just create a folder, and you can open the folder and just double click on the Playzone HD in the editor and it will run. So this is something useful that you could actually put onto your USB drive, so you always have an editor with you whenever you might need to make adjustments to the playlist before a presentation. Okay, so before we go into this Playzone HD tool, let's just have a look at what a typical playlist would be. So this is my USB drive, and on the USB drive what I've got is I've got a still image file here, and I've got 3 video files which are all MOV videos encoded in H.264. I also have a video file which is in MPEG-2, and that's in a transport stream format. And the main thing that we have here is our Playzone HD INI file. So this INI file is what defines which order and what material we're going to play back onto the Playzone. Okay, so this is what we want to end up with, or what you want to end up with onto your media drive. So let's have a look at how we create that Playzone HD INI file. So what we can do is that once you've extracted that editing tool, just double click onto the folder and then double click on the Playzone HD INI editor, and you will see this editing application launch up. Okay, so let's just have a quick run through of what we have here. On the left hand pane you'll actually see all of the tools that are available in the Playzone HD Telestrator, and these are how they are laid out in the corners of the screen. Okay, so if you wanted to change or rearrange the tool order in the corners of the screen, then you can do so by simply selecting the tool and dragging it into whichever position you want. Okay, so you can do that, and then that will get saved. Okay, so over here what we have is that if you hover over these 3 icons, there are 3 different image types that we can bring in. We've got an add still image. We have let's have a look, see what this one is. We've got video, and finally we'll have our capture device, which is our Playzone HD, either the HDMI capture module or the HD SDI capture module. Okay, so first of all, let's see what we want to do. So let's put our, let's say we want to start off with an image file. So you click once on there, and that will add in your playlist, the first item will be the image file. So if you now click on the image file that's placed there, you'll see that you'll get another dialog box open up which says path. Okay, so in here what we want to do is to actually type in the name of our image file itself. So if we go back here into our media playlist, then we can see that our picture file here is called af2.jpg. So let's go ahead and enter af2.jpg, and that's done. One of the things to remember is that if possible, you should try and keep the name of the file as short as possible. And for video files, you actually want to capitalize on the extension of the file. So where it says .mov, just capitalize that. Okay. And ideally you shouldn't have long names with lots of spaces inside the name. If you do that, you might need to put those inside speech marks, because it's just the way that spaces are handled in the system with the Playzone. Okay, so now we've added our first image file into the playlist. Let's go ahead and say we want to add a video, and if we click onto the video file, we do the same thing. We type in our video file, and let's say we want to play back our f1.mov file. And you'll also notice that you can choose to have this video looping. What this means is that when you select it inside the Playzone HD as the source, when the file reaches the end, it will simply restart and keep looping until you choose another source. So you can choose whether you want this to loop or not. I'll take that off for this demonstration. And let's say we want to add another video file. Okay, so in this video file, we're now gonna select, let's go ahead and select f2.mov as our source, and what we're going to do next is to add our capture device. So let's say if we have a capture device, then you just simply add that, and with the capture device you don't really need to enter anything. It's just simply entering the capture device. We have some settings over here, which is the threshold and the video FIFO. I would advise to leave these as defaults as 25 and 1. If you're running into specific problems, then please contact us and we may tell you to adjust these values according to your system setup. Okay, so now that we have our simple playlist file, we are going to have a look at one more thing, which is streaming video. Okay, so now we're going to have a look at how we add a streaming video URL. The streaming video could be coming off the internet somewhere, it could be a YouTube URL, or it might even be a local streaming server that is on your network. Okay, in order to add a streaming video into the playlist, what we're going to need to do is to go to our Add Video tab, and let's just go ahead and add another video file entry in here. So when we come and click onto this, you'll notice we have a path, and what I would advise you to do is that firstly, when you have your video URL, is to actually copy it onto a notepad document. This is because some URLs are extremely long, and it's sometimes you can make a mistake trying to type in extremely long URLs. So the best thing to do is to cut and paste the URL from the browser straight into the notepad, and now all we do is that exclude the HTTP or anything else that's in front of that. You simply select just purely the URL. So you might have the RTSP or the streaming video URL defined that you need to copy. So let's go ahead and copy that, and we're going to put that into the path down there. So we'll click on paste, and now that has added our streaming video URL as a source into the playlist. So in this playlist we're going to have item number 1 as our still image file. We're going to then have a couple of video files that we're going to play back. We're going to switch to a live video source through the capture device, and finally we're going to go into the video streaming URL, which is also defined as a video file. Okay, so now let's say that we've finished creating our playlist, and what we need to do is to literally go ahead and say save. Okay, and in here we can give it a name, so you can say let's say I'm going to call this my demo, and we're going to save it into the same tools folder. So now that we've done that, what we'll do is let's just have a look in our folder where we saved that, and you'll see that it's created a folder called my demo. So if we open up my demo, you will have the playlist file created. Now this must remain as Playzone HD.ini, exactly the way that it has been named. That's why you can create different folders with different playlists. So you can have one media drive with all of your content on there, but you can have multiple different playlist files, which are going to be called Playzone HD.ini. So what you're then going to need to do is that if you open up your USB stick, you simply copy the new playlist file and paste it into the USB stick, and overwrite any existing file that you have down there. Okay, so that's as simple as it gets. And one of the other things that you can also do is that if you don't want to keep creating new playlist files, you can also just open up one of the existing ones and clearly edit. If you want to remove any entries within your playlist, all you simply need to do is to highlight what you want to remove and click on the remove icon, and bingo, it's gone. And now all we have to do is to go ahead and save it. Okay, so you can use this tool. This is the best method to create your playlist. There is one other way that you can also edit the playlist files, and I'll show you that method as well in case some folks prefer to use that. Now, one thing to remember is that the Playzone HD.ini file on Windows, this will open up in Notepad or WordPad, but please don't edit or create this file in either of those, or Word or anything like that. The reason is that all of those programs put some hidden characters, and that way when it comes to being played back on the Playzone HD unit itself, they won't be, those hidden characters are seen, but they can't be read by the software, so that will cause problems. So the best way to do this is to download a freeware program called Notepad++ that you can just quite easily Google and download, and I've set this up so that it opens up let's go ahead and show you how to do that. So let's say we want to edit with Notepad++. We'll go ahead there, and in Notepad++ you'll see our video files and everything defined. So if you wanted to do this, you would need to copy this section and cut, paste, add that in, change the number of the playlist item, and also change the name of the video file. So this method of editing can be a little bit long-winded, and you know, the easiest way to do this is to just use the tool that we've made, and this way everything becomes really simple and easy. Okay, so now once you have your playlist, and your video or your image files onto the USB drive. That's it. You simply eject the USB drive from your computer and connect that up to the Playzone. Thank you.